Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, November 6th. Almost made it to the weekend. Trading's one of those funny jobs where you actually don't look forward to the weekend because you can't trade. But nonetheless, we're almost there, Thursday. So looking at MTC from after hours last night, you can see right at the close. Well, let's start with the float. It's a 25 million share float. That is a little higher than I usually prefer. However, there's not much else on the gap scan or on the top gainer scanner from after hours yesterday. So I've been saying this a lot lately, but for lack of anything better, I am watching MTC despite the higher float. So it's at 25 million shares. You can see on the daily chart, the 200 EMA is at 148. If you look at the 5-minute and 1-minute chart, you can see right at the close, it popped up to 320, pulled back, broke back through VWAP, kind of found support around VWAP, and then it pushed higher. So I am watching this one to open around 3 and then possibly push through 310. I'm also watching Sky T, again, 30 million share float, higher than I prefer, but there's not really anything else. Price is also higher at $18. We are above the 200 on the daily. I'd look for this one to open around 18.15, push through 18.30, but I don't have high hopes for this one. And then I'm also watching YMAT, again, because there's not much else. We have traded this one in the past, but you can see here on the daily, it had a pretty significant sell-off. The float on this one is good, 1.2 million share float. Daily 200 EMAs at $3. However, this one's below $1, so not my favorite. Really, the one I'll be focused on is MTC, and even then, it's going to be a little dicey. So let's see what we can get. Open to 283, 286, 289. Large seller at 280-ish. So yeah, MTC is not looking good, at least not right now. But it could curl and push back higher. See, there's that large seller on the level 2 at, I think it was 276. See anything on the scanner? The chart is showing we hit a high at 290. If we could get back up around 290, I would look for a push through 3, then a push through 310, then a push through 320. The next daily level is 352. BIYA. Looks like it's the leading gapper. Not gapper, gainer. Yeah, so this is a penny stock. Float is nice though. 200 is fine, but it's a penny stock. I'm not good with penny stocks, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. Same story with YGMZ. Higher float though, 76 million shares, so let's stay away from that one. FRGE, price is too high. Alto, float is too large. Same with LZ. Sky T, it's not doing anything. Not much going on. And you can see MTC way down here. So it's kind of buried. I'm not sure it's obvious. If somebody sat down and did like some homework prior to 4, they're probably watching MTC. But if you're sitting down at 4, I don't think you'd be watching this one. Unless you saw it in after hours last night and just watched it for continuation or to see what it did today. Not seeing much of anything. So yesterday I didn't trade until 420. Nothing really moved until about 420. We had kind of a similar, I don't know, move with that we're seeing on MTC. I forget the stock. Oh, it was SMX. It looked like it was going to pop up. It didn't, and then it fell down, and then it kind of curled back up about 20 minutes later. So MTC could do the same thing. So I'll probably stay here at least until 425. See if we can get a trade on anything. If not, I'll be back for after hours. I think it was Tuesday. I didn't take any 4 a.m. trades, but I did trade in the after hours session. Unfortunately, I didn't record the after hours session, so I have my 4 a.m. kind of session recorded, but nothing happened. I just talk through what I see, talk through the stocks, talk through setups, but I don't take any trades. So I didn't post that video just because I thought it'd be boring for everyone. I might talk through my after hour trade though. Put a video up about that, but we'll see. I try to keep it exciting. I don't expect you guys to sit here and just listen to me talk, but I don't know. Hopefully you can gain some insights. Kind of understand what I'm looking for, what I trade, and why I trade it. So AFJK is up on the Webull scanner, but not my other scanners, and it's probably due to the volume. There's only 800 shares. Yeah, and I mean, look at the spread. It's a $9, almost $10 spread on the level too. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on with that one, but to avoid it. BIYI. I thought this one was actually going to put a move up, but it's not. So go back to MTC. Not really doing anything. I don't see anything that looks good. QB. I have traded AQB in the past, but there's no volume. It's not doing anything. JDX, same story. That's about it. All right, so let's go back to MTC. So it looks like it's getting some support around 230. Kind of touched on it if we're looking at the 1 minute 3 times. So this red candle, green candle, red candle. Don't have huge conviction in that level, but if you were looking to trade and had the buying power, you could get in for a break over probably 240. Set your stop at 230 and see if you could get a move back up kind of toward a 310 or at least 290. Wouldn't be a bad trade. I would say it's higher risk, probably C quality, but a lot of times at 4 a.m. we see stocks kind of sell off and then they curl back up. So I wouldn't be surprised if MTC did this here. First test is a break through the VWAP and hold. VWAP's at 248. So see right there, even if you would have took that setup or break at 240, stop at 230, you'd be up 12, 13, 15 cents. It's pretty good. Not quite 2 to 1, but not bad. All right, so MTC. You could watch for it to find support at the VWAP, bounce off of that, and continue higher through 258. I'd say that's still a higher risk setup. The other thing I'm considering is first 5-minute candle to make a new high. You can see we'll have the next 5-minute candle in just over a minute. Right now, that would be a break over 258. First test will be this descending resistance line. If you could break through that, I would then look for a retest of 310. I am somewhat hesitant to take that because I think it's a lower quality setup, but after hours, there'll be better quality setups. Later into the morning, definitely. At least I would hope. There should be. Chances are there will be. Let's put it that way. But I can't really trade past about 4:30. So for me, it's like trade between 4 and 4:30, or not again until probably about 4:15, 4:30 and after hours. We could try it. Break at 258 on this next 1-minute candle and make a new high. Stop 250. Unless it breaks below VWAP right here. Alright, so right now I'm looking for the first 5-minute candle to make a new high. Like I said, that'd be a break over 258. Stop is 250, the VWAP. Still don't see anything else moving. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 different scanners going. A lot of selling on the tape for MTC. Maybe that 230 level is real. This thing just kind of knifed down to it and it's bouncing up off. But then it just broke through it. Back above it. Still trending downward. We're making lower lows at this point. The low, right, looking at the 1 minute, the lows through here were 230 and we just got down to 225. So still stair stepping down, which I don't like. I thought we might curl back up here and change trend, but not yet. Still could, it just hasn't happened yet. Gotta be patient. See here, nothing going on. This thing's showing MTC, but I mean, even this top gainer scanner here, there's like nothing. MTC isn't even up here. It's way down here, only up 8% on the day. So Go to the P&L. Just talk through this real quick. Last 2 weeks have been great. Obviously don't want to jinx that, but last week in November was pretty solid. Took a bit of a higher loss on Wednesday. I'm trying to keep my losses at $100. It's proving exceptionally challenging to do, just from a psychological standpoint. But not terrible. It wasn't hundreds of dollars, which I've had recently. So it's pretty good. And then November is off to a good start. Averaging about $100 a day, which isn't great, but given how cold the market is, I'm okay with that. It will heat back up. We just got to be patient, not do anything stupid, not take a huge loss. And then when it does heat up, we can start swinging for the fences, and hopefully we'll lock up, $1,000 days, and really get the P&L moving upward. But right now, it's just kind of take what you can get. Base hits, don't get greedy. Set really solid stops. One thing I'm really trying hard to work on is if I get in, say, at a certain level and the stock goes above that, instantly moving my stop to that level, and then if it comes back down to it, getting out rather than keeping my initial stop, just to kind of tighten up risk management in this cold market environment. It is challenging to do, but that's probably like the number one thing I'm trying to work on right now. It's just obeying those mental stops. If we look at the year through here. Sorry, I just want to pull up MTC to make sure I'm not missing anything. No, it's not doing anything. When I opened the Webull account, it was like early June. I made about $400 that month. And then went into a bit of a drawdown, July and August, losing $700, then 1.3 thousand. Not great. Made some adjustments, and then since September, we've been doing good. September was a nice month. Made over about 3,000. Last month wasn't great. I was really trying to dial in what to do at 4 a.m., but only made about 6:30, and then so far. First 5-minute candle to make a new high would be over 255. Just went up to 257 and then fell back down. I don't like this descending resistance line so close. Seems like it's really limiting your upside potential. That paired with this being a 25 million share float, I think I'm actually going to pass on this one. I do think it is going to move higher. I think it's going to go from 257 to about 270. But I just think there'll be better quality setups later in the day. So I think for right now I'm going to pass on this one unless something happens and it looks like it has a ton of strength. What I was going to say on the calendar though is you can see already there's only been including today 4 trading days in November, and I'm already at half of what I made in October. So the month's off to a really good start. The name of the game is just keeping your losses small and few and far between. So just got to keep that discipline, keep that mental checklist. See a larger seller on the level 2. I think it was 14,000 shares at like 250. DTC scanner. No volume. 80,000 shares. It's an 8 million share float. Just kind of woke up, popped up at 606. BIYA, I don't see anything there. It's just kind of selling off, and now it's no volume. It's not doing anything. YGMZ, hard to tell what it's going to do. It could keep going higher. It could continue rolling over. It could go sideways. But the range on this one is very small. So you'd have to take a ton of shares and hope to get like a 2 or 3 cent move. Not gonna be doing that. Alto, but float is too high. RGE, price is too high, but there's no volume. Volume on ALXO. LZ, float is too high. It's just nothing. Sky T, this is one of the ones I was watching coming into 4 a.m. It's not doing anything. It's just gonna go in sideways. GNX. Put this one on the side chart. We have traded this one in the past. It only has 2,000 shares of volume. EMAR. Don't really see anything on this one. MTC looks like it's trying to reverse trend and go back upward. But it needs to prove that and actually start trending upward. It's kind of just going sideways right now. So I think there's still potential in this one to kind of reverse direction, trend upward, and make a move, but it just needs more time. First 5-minute candle, make a new high would be 257. We're getting awfully close to that descending resistance line. They run into it about 266. Just not. What's going on? All right, so I think I'm gonna call it right there. MTC right now is probably the highest probability of doing some kind of tradable move. I want to say it's great, but really not much else. I was also watching GMPX. We had traded this one before. Price is good, flow is good, but it doesn't have any volume. So it needs to have some volume and start making a move before I'd consider trading it. See the spreads, it's like a spread. That's due to lack of volume. You also have VMAR. Traded this one in the past as well. Flow is nice. Price a little cheaper, but it's okay. Tighter flow, but not much volume. Yeah, I kind of see on the 5-minute chart here, it's doing that curl up pattern, which is, I'd say more often than not, nice in the 4 a.m. session, but it doesn't have any volume, so it's not continuing the move. So I'm going to trade this one right now either. I gotta get stuff ready for the day, but if I were gonna sit here, I would keep watching MTC unless something else pops up on the scanner with GMPX and VMAR side chart. But not much going on. That's okay. It will heat up eventually. Like I said, just maintain discipline. Don't take trades for the sake of taking a trade. Wait for good quality setups. Don't lower your quality threshold just because there's nothing moving. I guess it might be one strategy to do that, but it's not something I want to do. I'd rather take nice, easy, good-looking setups than begin something and go through the mental stress and strain, hoping it's going to curl back up or fighting for pennies. I just don't want to deal with that. I'd rather stay out, something good, jump in, and go from there. All right, that's going to do it for me. Hope the market picks up later into the day. Good luck, everyone. I will be back for after hours. Good afternoon, everyone. Back 12 hours later. Sitting down. Like, not much going on in after hours either. I got THAR, DXF, MTC, CMCT, but none of them are really setting up nicely. I'm watching CMCT right now. I'm gonna see if it could break about 710. THAR. See, it popped up at 420, then had a huge rejection, like a 50-cent drop. I guess popping back up, it's kind of just all over the place. So I don't really like this one. It just hit one of my scanners. MTC had a nice move today, but it's kind of dropped off since. This almost looks like a descending wedge on the 5-minute. It's kind of just choppy and stair-stepping down. So this one would have to curl back up and get over probably like 330. Then I might be interested. I guess you could try to get in for the curl, anticipate that, get in early, try to catch it as it moves up, but probably stay away from this one. Doesn't look great. Going back to CMCT. I have daily levels marked out on this one, so I guess I traded this one recently. I don't remember it. It's kind of doing an ascending wedge. I don't like the 5-minute, a lot of topping tails, fairly large topping tails too. But the 1-minute, it's kind of trending upward. I think it just needs more time to see if we can follow this ascending support line and then see if we can consolidate around the $7 level, break through that, push through 710. If we can get through 710, then I look for a move through 8, and then 8 to 923, 980, and then 1050. So we'll see what this one can do. I don't see anything else going on. None of my scanners are really showing anything good. So kind of just sitting tight. It is only 30 minutes in the after hours, so lots of time. I don't really want to sit here all evening, so if there's not something good by probably 5 or 5:30, I'll call it. Today will just be a no trade day. We'll come back tomorrow at 4 a.m. Try to close out the week green or as small a red day as possible. Given how slow today was, and then Fridays are usually slow, I'll need to be kind of like extremely cautious tomorrow. Just knowing that Fridays are typically the hardest day of the week to be green. But if we see something move at 4, we'll take it. So it's kind of the game plan. I don't even see CMCT on the scanner. On the daily chart, I have the 200 EMA turned off because it's way up here at 54, and the auto scale, it throws it off, so I can't tell. Sorry. So turn the 200 EMA off so I can actually see the daily chart. Just looking at the top gainers here, AZI, float is high and it's a penny stock. Ruby, nice float, but it's a penny stock. Frog, price is too high, float is too high. PLRX, float is too high. TNDM, float is too high. Same for GMed. CMTS isn't terrible from a float perspective. However, the price is high and there's no volume. Well, it says 233,000 shares of volume, but I don't see any volume. So stay away from that one. Plus $11 spreads. Can't trade. Really see anything else? I'm sure there's some opportunities on AZI and Ruby if you're good at trading penny stocks. I'm not, so I'm probably not even gonna watch this. DTCK. Just hit the scanner here in the bottom left. It's just bouncing off the lows though and selling off. I'm guessing there's some kind of negative news event or something. Drop. Stay away from that one. NKO. Is this that little toy brand? Funko? Isn't that what Funko is? Those little like bobblehead toys. I don't have any, but it seems like your family members ask about Funko toys. And I think that's what those are. I didn't realize it was like a publicly traded company. So you can see CMCT on the 1 minute, it's starting to fade off that ascending support level. I mean, that level is not to the penny accurate. You got to think of it as more of like a range, but it's starting to stray away from it more than I'd like. MTC. Do see sort of like a descending resistance level. It's loose, but I would say it's somewhere around there. I would be curious when we eventually get to it and after hours what happens. If that's going to prove to be like a breakout level, or if we simply just reject off of it, or if we don't even get to it and we just sell off. Not sure, but I think it's something to keep in mind, you know, as we get into the after hours session further. So you did have a pivot here on the 1 minute of 276. Struggling to hold over that right now, but it is trying. It moved up to 280. MSGM is also one to consider. He has 68,000 shares of volume. VWAP's at 277. I have this current 1 minute candles 303. Try to take a dip off the VWAP at 280. It just shot right through that. Larger spreads, 10 cents. Looking at the 5-second chart, the first candle to make a new high. Seeing a lot of green on the tape, but the level 2 isn't moving. Just wonder if there's a hidden seller around 290. out some daily levels. $135,000 shares of volume now. VWAP 283. High of this candle is 2.5. I just did my cancel hotkey just to make sure my hotkeys were working. I have this 1 minute candle is 295. Go ahead and get in there at 3. Took 500 shares at 299. We pop up to 320. Already down 10 cents. VWAP is 285. It's kind of doing a false breakout. It's not kind of, it is doing a false breakout. First 1 minute candle, making a high. Give it a second though and see. Just want to see if we can break over 3. Current low is 278. VWAP is 287. Five-minute chart doesn't look good. 1 minute chart doesn't look good. Roll over. That last game. Not much happening. Still watching CMCT and MTC. That's why I keep looking up just to see what they're doing. MSGM is not looking good. Kind of just waiting to see what this thing wants to do. This is a deeper pullback than you'd like to see if you're looking at the move from like, I don't know, 250 to 320. This is over 50%. Well, I think it's right at like 50% retracement, which is, technically it's okay, but or no, it's more than a 50% retracement, which you don't like to see. That usually means it's just going to sell off or start step down. I was curious to see if the first 1 minute candle would move and break through the VWAP, but already held this thing longer than it should have. VWAP is 283. I think best case we get out of this break even. I don't think this thing's gonna move higher through 320. 90 seconds, we will have a new 5 minute candle. We look for the first 5 minute candle to make a new high, but not in love with that either. Does seem like there's a bit of a level at 281. Okay, we're in a new 5 minute candle. Could break over 282, it would be the first 5 minute candle to make a new high. It would also correspond to breaking through VWAP. we push through 3. Give it a second, see what it wants to do. High is 295. Would have been a much better setup to just wait and take that first 5-minute candle and make a new high. There was a large seller at 298. I think 28,000 shares, what I saw. Not seeing there's some 297 sprinkled in on the tape. I was gonna say I'm not seeing any 297s on the tape, but now I am. Got 30,000 at 298. Pretty big seller. I don't know if we're gonna be able to chew through that. Give it a second, see if we can. Seller again. Seeing 298 go through on the tape. Not seeing that number decrease. Kind of disappeared, but I'm not sure. I think that was just like a glitch. Disappeared from the 298 level on level 2, and then it came back. So I think it just might hit in for a second. And we push through. Still there, 27,000 shares, 26, 25, 24. Still got a long ways to go, especially at this rate. 23. Lots of red on the tape. "40 seconds, we'll have another 5-minute candle. Ideally, we'd see it continue this first candle and make a new high. But again, we have that huge seller at 298. I would like to stay in this to just retest that 298 level one more time, but don't know if we're gonna get back up there. $287 is kind of the low of these candles right through here. I'm mainly curious if that seller is still there or if the seller kind of scaled out downward toward 288 and that's part of the reason it dropped. Like they were selling at the 298 level and they realized, okay, it's rejecting off, so like let's go ahead and scale, like walk it down essentially. The only way to really tell it now, they're still there. Oh, there you go, busted through. And we retest 320. Would like to sell half at 320 if we can. I did hold this thing down, I think 33 cents or 32 cents, so I should hold this up that much, but man, it's just not wanting to go. Pop back over 3, or are we done? Over 3. Okay, that red candle's 312. And TC is also popping at the same time, so it might take some of the attention away. I'm just struggling at the 305 level. Basically just struggling above 3. Went ahead and sold half there at 305, 304. Hesitating a bit. Punch through. It's about 317. 318. 318 is a daily level. Keep moving higher. Huge extension on the 5-second up to 329. I don't like that. Go ahead and try to sell the rest. I guess I should have held because it looked like it might go higher. So this extension on the 5-second, when I'm in a stock that's moving up, that's actually what I look for. And when it does that, I try to sell. To me, that's like, for whatever reason, it works for me as an exit indicator. I don't really know how to describe it, and this is a bad example because it's not really like exploding upward. But typically, like, I'll hold, and then when I see on the 5-second that it knife up. It's usually when I try to sell, because it seems like it's a rubber band. It snaps up and then it snaps right back down. If it weren't for that, I would probably still be in this for a move higher, but I don't know. This trade worked out, but it was not good, and to be honest, like, yeah, I should have sold. I should have sold. Right when I got in, I saw that it was the spread opened up. I think it was 290 by 299. And it was a false breakout on the 1 minute. I should have just got out there. That was the right thing to do. Take the 10 cent, 9 cent loss, just get out. Instead, I held down to, I think the low was 267. So I held down 32 cents. I think I was down $166 at one point. Daily max loss I'm trying to keep myself in check with is $100, so not good to be over by that much. Not a good trade, got stubborn. Things moving kind of nicely now. At least I got all those shorts out of the way. Whoever was putting all the resistance levels. But all right, well, that's it for me. I'll try to timestamp the trade so you guys don't sit here for like an hour. Did not lose $44 today. Made 57. Yep, 57. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Thanks for watching. We'll be back at it tomorrow at 4 a.m. and hopefully we'll be green. Hopefully the market will pick up too. All right, have a good day or evening, wherever you are.